Now this one of them videos where I gotta talk a little bit slower than I normally do because I gotta make sure I word this the right way and don't say anything that could possibly get me in trouble. Alright? But for this video here, I'm gonna be talking to y'all and letting y'all know what it's like when you're doing time with a sissy. Y'all know what that is. Okay? Sit back and enjoy, and let's get right into it. I'm the best, finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. KFROG TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead, man. Make sure you do me that solid favor now. Hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a video that somebody messaged me and asked for specifically. Alright? If you've been here for a while, then you know I touch topics in all different angles and directions. And sometimes I touch the same topic more than once, but it might be different. Okay? And what I mean by that is, for this one here, I'm going to be talking about doing time with sissies. Okay? Now, I done had, videos on different scenarios and different type of people inside of prison, but I'm going to break it down strictly about sissies today, and I'm going to let you know off the gate that down here in the state of Florida, when you get locked up and you're incarcerated, there's going to be 3 types of people in there that get down like that. Okay? I'm going to break it down and let y'all know the 3. And I've touched the topic, on a couple of them. But this one here, I'm going to focus and talk strictly on this and let you know what it's like when you are locked up with somebody like that. Okay? Now, one of the ones that, out of the 3 that you will find yourself locked up with down here is a booger. Okay? Booger is one word that's used down here in the state of Florida when it comes to somebody that gets down like that. Like a booger in your nose. Alright? And what a booger is it's somebody that isn't a bandit, that isn't going to take nothing from you, that isn't going to force it from you or anything like that, but they pitch, they don't receive, if that makes sense, what I'm trying to say without saying it the wrong way, feel me? And they're the type that looks for fish, they look for whatever they can get in, and they rock like that, you feel me? They low-key might act like they don't, but they do. We call them boogers, okay? The second one, y'all already know this, is a bandit, a booty bandit, all right? A booty bandit is someone that is on the prowl and that is willing to force something out of you, take it from you. They're trying to take, you know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that are out there trying to find anything that looks takeable, anything that looks vulnerable and looks easy for them to accomplish getting, they are trying to take. And normally, it isn't just the ones that get down like that the bandits want. The bandits will literally try to take it from somebody who doesn't get down like that but can't protect themselves. Someone that's scared. Maybe they could pressure them into it or talk them out of their clothes. You know what I'm saying? And then number 3 is the ones we're talking about today, a sissy. All right? A sissy is one of the ones that act like they're a woman. They come in there and they talk like a woman, they act like a woman, they swear they're a woman, they try to be like a woman, and a lot of them normally have like some type of woman nickname that people be calling them across the compound and shit, alright? And if you've been here for a while, I've spoken on certain things, mostly with bandits and stuff like that, but I've never really got strictly into just making a topic directly about sissies alone. Alright, the ones that are in there that want to carry themselves like they're a woman. Alright, these be the type of inmates that during shakedowns they'll find lip gloss, in their thing. They'll find jock straps so they can cuff their fucking, and no matter where you go in the state of Florida, I don't care where you get locked up at, from the moment you get put inside of a reception center, okay, or a county jail. The moment you get put in there, there is going to be a sissy, okay? Whether they're
near you or they're not near you. They might house them in different places, have them in their own unit, have them in their own part of the jail, secluded from everywhere else, but they are there, okay? Or they're at another jail that's part of your county still, you understand? Like down here in Broward, you feel me? Like what they do with like the Sissy's is they put them like in their own quad in the main jail. You know what I'm saying? Normally. They won't be like in Conti with you, which is another jail of ours. You know what I'm saying? Or Paul Ryan. Or if they are, they're put in their own little area where they all go. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you find yourself in prison, it's the same thing. No matter where you go, you're going to see them type of people in there. Okay? And it isn't like people think. It isn't like all they do is try to hit on people, or because they're, you know, on that side, that they're trying to flirt or they're going to be coming at people some type of way. Me personally, from my experience being inside of prison, all the sissies I seen in there were more like prey than they were, you know, looking. You know, they were ones that people were preying upon. You feel me? That's why when you hear a lot about people getting taken, you know, it does happen. You know, bandits do succeed at that. You know, it does happen. It can happen. It's possible, you know, and it does occasionally happen. But there's so many in there giving it away that people don't have to take every single day. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see sissies walking around the compound. They usually click up with each other, you know, and they do shit together. It ain't like one's going to be there, one's going to be there, one's going to be there. No, they're like in huddles. And they walk around and they do their thing, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Now, as far as how it is being in the dorm with one, because when I was at Charlotte, they did put one in our dorm. And when you're in the dorm with one, they make it to where they got like special rights to shower at a different time. You know what I'm saying? They're like not allowed to like use the restroom or go in the shower area when shower is open for everybody else. You feel me? Like the guards alone will like straight up like not even allow it. You feel me? Not saying they can't purposely go in there and get a glance or whatever it is, but it's not really like that. You feel me? Because it's a respect thing. You know, believe it or not, sissies actually show respect inside of prison. You feel me? I'm pretty sure somebody watching this video may know a sissy on the streets, may have a relative that's a sissy or something like that, and they've never came at you sideways or never tried anything funny with you. You know what I'm saying? So they're not always going to just try to come at you in like a sexual way or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And there could be some cool sissies out there. You feel me? But at the same time, when they're in prison and they're told, oh, this is what you got to do, this is what you have to do, you can't shower when the other inmates shower, it isn't like they're against it. You know, they already know. You know what I'm saying? Some sissies will get put in a dorm and they might volunteer to do the damn laundry for the entire quad. You feel me? And I'd feel weird about them wanting to do my laundry. You feel me? So I always had somebody that I paid a bag of coffee to do my, you know, separate wash. That's what everybody in prison normally would do. You feel me? If they got a little bit of money, you could pay for a separate wash, and that's when the laundryman washes your bag completely separate from everybody else's in the dorm, because your whites eventually turn gray because they just throw it all in the same thing. You feel me? But when you get that separate wash, your whites last a little longer and they still look cocaine white. You feel me? But I remember seeing sissies, you know, folding everybody's clothes and shit, and then like going and putting it on people's beds and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, you feel me? Like, that's a job to them. You feel me? That's what they try to do. You feel me? And when a bandit has their mind on a sissy, you know, they'll go after the sissy, of course, but there's some sissies that are bumping. You know what I'm saying? There's some of them that literally are bumping 1,000, and they will like fight a bandit off or try to fade somebody that they're not interested in off rip just to make them leave them alone quicker than somebody who isn't even a sissy would. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, if they ain't into you, they don't want you coming up on them. They don't want you trying to talk to them. You know, they don't care that you get down like that. People know you get down like that. If they don't want you up on them, they ain't even finna try to talk or be friendly with you. They're gonna try to shut that shit down off rip. You know what I'm saying? Quicker than somebody who isn't, you know, down the fight or anything would. You know what I'm saying? That's how come them bandits can take advantage of people who first time in prison. They're scared. They're scared to say no. They feel like this person's their friend, that they're protecting them. But really, yeah, they're protecting them because they want one thing and they haven't gotten that yet. And then once they get it from that person, now they feel like they own them. You see what I'm saying? But I remember one time I was in the dorm and there was a sissy in there, you know, and a bandit came in our dorm. He wasn't even from our dorm. You feel me? He came from the whole other side of the compound. He came down there and he was like, first he would like drop kites off and shit and tell people, hey man, put this on such and such's bunk. Put this on such and such's bunk. You feel me? Because if you get caught in a dorm that ain't yours, you'll get put in confinement. You feel me? For an unauthorized area. So like he'd come to the door, and when the door pops, he'd catch the door, and then he'd say, hey, put this on bunk such and such's bed. Put this on bunk such and such. He was doing shit like that. But I guess the sissy wasn't responding. You feel me? So one day, that boy came in there, you feel me? And I guess he tried to approach the sissy or whatnot, you feel me? Try to holler at him and shit. Next thing you know, we're all just sitting there chilling. I'll never forget. We were watching Bold and the Beautiful. Everybody was watching Bold and the Beautiful. We in that bit hanging out, eating big goulash, watching soap operas, right? Next thing you know, we hear, we look, the fuck? We look, the sissy done fired the bandit up with a lock. Just for coming there talking to him. I guess he was ignoring his kites or whatever because he ain't want nothing to do with him. So the bandit thought, oh, maybe he ain't getting the kites. And he came down there to holler at him. And I only know about the kites because when the sissy hit him with the lock, and that boy went to holler, and he's like, oh, you should have brought your fuck ass down here, da-da-da-da-da. Stop giving people shit to put on my bed. Stop putting kites on my bed. I don't want nothing to do with your ugly ass, da-da-da-da-da. They started selling out and shit like that, you feel me? And I was like, damn, that sissy going in, you feel me? And he fired the bandit up. And the bandit was scared to get caught in there by the guards. So the bandit like grabbed his head all patched up. And when the door popped, he and went back to his other side of the compound. You feel me? But every time I seen that bandit, you feel me? Every time I seen him, it made me think. I remember when that boy got patched up by that sissy. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about them bandits is they like will play low-key undercover for months. You know what I'm saying? So when new people come to a prison, they won't know that's a bandit. But somebody that's been there for a while remembers when that boy got patched up by the sissy or that boy was on the prowl. It's like when they see something they want, you know, the urge of them, they can't help but to go after it. So you'll see when like that bandit mode triggers them and then they start doing their stalking and all that weird shit. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things that you got to be prepared for. You know what I'm saying? It isn't really the sissies that you got to worry about. It's more the bandits, of course. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that are going to try to take. And then the boogers, those are the ones that are going to be, you know, if your ass trying to give it up, they're willing to get it. But they're not going to force nothing out of you. They might try to finesse you and talk you out of it, you know, hit you with the sympathy game and try to talk you out of the things, stuff like that, you feel me? But the sissies, on the other hand, they do their own thing, you know what I'm saying? They literally got their own little cliques. I did a video not that long ago talking about how they got a gang in that bitch now called the OKs that are cutting people's faces open and everything, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, me personally, I ain't got nothing against no sissies or anything like that, you know. I know where I stand and I know, you know, how I am and shit. So I'm comfortable with myself, you feel me? It don't really matter to me. That's why I can speak on this, you feel me? But a lot of people, you know, play that role like, oh, hell nah, this and that, you know, I will never talk to one. I'll never be cool with one. I'll never. Me, as long as one don't come at me sideways, like on no flirting shit or no disrespectful shit, then you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, you feel me? I'm going to always say bruh if I need to talk to you about something. Like, oh, hey bruh, they told me to give this to you. Or, hey bruh, can you give me that request form right there? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way I'm going to just treat them like a girl. Like, a lot of people treat sissies like they are a woman. And that's what they want, you know what I'm saying? They literally want to be recognized as a woman. They don't want to be recognized as a dude, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to like draw that line and make it known to where like you're talking to him like he's a man, like he is a boy. You feel me? Like he has that tool down there. You're not talking to him as if he's the opposite gender, you feel me? And when you do that, you'll find out that that shit ain't all that, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be everywhere you go. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter where they put you. They may not be in your exact dorm, you feel me? But they will be anywhere you go, any institution you go to, you know what I'm saying? They might try to put them in the cell with you. You know, I had the guards try me one time late night. I'm pretty sure I told this before. The guards know that nobody's going to want a sissy in their cell when you're in confinement. Okay, and the reason for that is even if you know the sissy ain't going to try you or talk to you like that or anything, or you know you don't get down like that, the way that everyone else is looking at it, you know, like they look at it like, oh, boy, what you doing in the room with a sissy, you feel me? Which they also call them punks, you know what I'm saying? But sissies get very, like, insulted if you call them a punk, you know what I'm saying? But, so, like, if you stay in a cell with one, you know, people are going to spread rumors, you feel me? So, like, just to cut all that, nobody really wants them to put a sissy in their room. You feel me? And the guards know that. So the guards will come around at nighttime in confinement, like they tried me, come around nighttime, and the lights, they won't even turn the lights on. They'll just pop your door. And then they'll try to stick them in your room real quick. And you'll wake up, and the sissy will be in your room. And now it's like, y'all just put me in a situation because it's like, he ain't gonna probably just straight up check in. Now you got to make them check in because you can't leave the room now because then it's going to look like the sissy made you check in. You see? And it's like y'all put him in here. So y'all brought this shit amongst him now. You get what I'm saying? That's how it is. That's how I feel like they try some shit like that. But I caught him. I jumped up, ran up to the door and was like, oh, hell no. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. I ain't on that shit. It ain't happening. Y'all got me fucked up, this and that. And they're like, oh, so you're refusing a bunkie? That's another DR. And I was like, shit, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I mean, yeah, I have to eat this DR, you feel me? Because the way prison works, it's fucked up. Because if you allow them in your room, people are going to spread rumors. And if you're a gang member, you know, it's even worse. You know you can't allow one of them to be in your room like that. If they start spreading rumors, you can get X'd out by your gang for having one of them in your room. You know what I'm saying? And if you deny them and you get a DR for refusing a bunkie, you know, people might look at it, you're pulling check-in stunts now by catching DRs in confinement because you're scared to get back on the compound. So it's like either way, something you do, it's going to be like misviewed. You understand? When really you're refusing a sissy as a bunkie, you know, because you don't want it to look some type of way. You're doing what your gang would expect you to do. But then now you're getting DRs for being back there. Now some people might start saying, oh, he should have been out the box. Oh, yeah, man, I heard he's back there catching DRs, you know, because he's scared to hit the pound. He's pulling a check-in stunt. He don't want to come out the box now. He didn't pull a check-in stunt to get back there, but now he's pulling check-in stunts just to stay back there. Because some people be scared to come back on the compound, so they'll be back there catching disrespect DRs or, you know, just different shit, popping the sprinkler, flooding their cell, different things just to keep getting more and more DRs to keep their box time going up and up and up and up until they eventually ship you. You see, that's what some people do. You feel me? They do that in order to get out, you know, from that institution. That's what goes through their mind, and that's what they do. They pull a check-in stunt. They might be scared of their own gang. They might be scared of somebody else on the pound, and instead of looking like they pulled the check-in stunt in a coward way, they'll look like they're at war with the officers back there in the box, you see? So that's how some people will try to view it if you turn down a roommate, you feel me, in your cell. You get what I'm saying? Some places have single man, you know, confinements. Some people have double man cells, you feel me? But sometimes they will come in and try to put a sissy in your room, you feel me? And you got to be able to like stand up and be like, oh, no, it ain't happening. You know, like, I don't get down like that, Sarge. Oh, so you're refusing your bunkie. So you're gonna take this DR? I mean, shit, it is what it is. Fuck it, I already been back here 60. You know, like, straight up. Like, I can't let something look some type of way on my end because you want to put somebody in my room like that. And it's nothing really against them. You know, it ain't like, you know, like straight up against that person, that sissy. But it's like, you know, word travels, people lie, rumors get started, prison's dangerous. You know, so a lot of things turn out a way that it didn't even need to turn out. You know what I'm saying? Just because of fucking around and letting the wrong person get put in your room. You see what I'm saying? But I wanted to make this video to let y'all know it isn't like when you go to prison, you're going to have all the sissies coming up to you trying to fucking talk you into something or anything like that. It's possible. You know, some of them are demons. You know, some of them are crazy and some of them, you know, stab people, hurt people and shit like that. But at the same time, the bandits are the ones that you got to worry about when it comes to that. The sissies do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you what, a sissy will stand up against the biggest person on the compound before a regular person would. Believe it or not. They got heart. You know what I'm saying? They're down to bump. You know what I'm saying? They're down to get in there and play with fucking knives, locks, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, if they are not down to do that, if they are not down to hurt somebody, if something comes their way, if somebody hurts them or does something to them, I guarantee you this. There's somebody on that compound that is like a boyfriend to them. Somebody on that pound that's like a sister to them. You feel me? Which is another sissy that is going to rise and rock behind them. So if you did something to a sissy and you got away with it, there might be another one that'll come up out the woodworks that's going to cut your face open for it. Or there might be 5, 6, 7, 8 different people that are in love with that sissy that don't get no affection from anybody else, that been down for decades, that will literally flatline you and bury you over that sissy. You see what I'm saying? So it isn't like in your best interest to just try one. You feel me? Now, if they come at you some type of way, you know, and you tell them like, hey, look, man, I ain't on that shit. Da 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 da. You know, I'll slap the fuck out you. You know, I ain't the one to play with, bro. Don't be coming at me like this. Get your fruity ass away from me. No, if you put down like that and the line's drawn, then boom. You know, they might, you know, okay. They might not try to be friendly with you no more or anything like that. You feel me? But if your ass does it to the wrong one, I can tell you this. I guarantee you that war's finna start. Believe it or not now. I know that shit sounds like it ain't for real, but it is. See, people got prison misconfused. You know, they feel like you go there and off rip sissies are gonna come at you and try to take something or try to mess with you sexually. You feel me? And you want to think that they would hurt somebody. That, you know, that they would not stand up for themselves like in a violent way. It's the opposite. They'll do their own thing. They'll mind their business. Depending on what dorm they get put in, there might be people in there that force them to be a hold down man. They look at it like, shit, well, you know, this person, you know, is down for the, you know, the boofing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, part of their, like, sexuality is normal with that. So it's like, they put down on them and force them to hold phones. You know, force them to hold contraband. But I've been at some camps, like when I was at Calhoun and I was in G dorm. We had a sissy came in and the sissy volunteered to hold shit in the dorm. Because that was like a protection thing. It was like, if the sissy started holding people's contraband, can't nobody in that dorm fuck with that sissy, do anything to try them or disrespect them or anything to get them like upset or knocked off, because if they go to confinement, there goes the safe route to holding everything. And ain't nobody for sure on the outside of the dorm coming in there to put down on them. You know, there's people that'll scope across the pound, bandits, or people that just, like I said, that are boogers, that are like, will get down, like, but they want a sissy. They want the ones that look like a female, try to act like a female. They'll scope and see, okay, that person's in G dorm. Boom, I'm going to go in there and approach them. And then they'll think they're going to come in there, and people who are from that dorm are going to rise up and protect them. You know, and that person might feel like, damn, at the end of the day, like, I just went in there to talk to them and like 16 real deal, like certified high-ranked gang members approached me. But it don't go in their mind like, oh, maybe they're fucking with him. No, it's like they already know, okay, he's obviously doing business with them gang members. That's why everything, you know, is yada, yada, yada. You see what I'm saying? So it's like people use sissies to their advantage inside of prison, you know? It isn't like it's always on that, oh, bro, don't talk to me, bro, don't look at me, bro, or don't even, I ain't on that fruity shit. It isn't always like that. A lot of places you will go, you will see high gang members using a sissy as their mule, their hold down man, the one to hide their contraband and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? And like I said in the beginning of the video, no matter where you go, there will be some. You feel me? That's something you can't change. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the person that wrote me, that wanted me to do the video, is a sissy. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't care. But I do know that a lot of people want to know about this type of stuff. You feel me? They want to know the difference between a booger, a bandit, and a sissy. You know what I'm saying? What it's like doing time with a sissy is what this video is about. Alright? But anyways, y'all, that's all I got for y'all today on this topic. It's kind of hard for me to, you know, talk about this specific topic for so long. You know, I ain't really got that much to say. You know, maybe 20, 25 minutes worth I could break down. But other than that, it's like I ain't really got much to put on it. You know what I'm saying? I could just break it down and let y'all know what it's like with them inside of prison. You know, inside of your dorm, when you're locked up. You know, when you come across them, how they carry themselves, what to expect if you see one. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can really do for y'all. But anyways, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned into this video. Y'all are the greatest. I mean it every time I say it. Thanks again. And like I always say, man, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, clout chasers specifically. You know what I'm saying? Lying-ass peons. Keep them out your circle, man. Till next time, it's the one and only. I am my team. Frog.